So let's talk about your lease renewal packet. So your lease renewal packet is tied to your renewal offer process, and there's really only two key differences between your renewal packet and your move-in packet, one of which is actually found on your Today page. So, for a move-in, we paid attention to days remaining before packet due day counter, which told us how many days we had from system date to the person's desired move-in date. Well, this is a renewal packet, so we don't have to worry about a move-in date, but instead, we are going to pay attention to days until offer expires column. This column is extremely important to renewals. Basically, what this is stating is that your offer is tied to your packet. And if your offer expires, then your packet expires. And if you allow that to happen, you will not be able to renew that person. Even if that person had signed and you signed, you have to finish the renewal before the day counter stops counting against you. So we never want this column to get down to day 0 or in the negatives. If we do, we have to start all over, wipe all renewal offers, create all renewal offers, and generate a whole new renewal packet. We don't want you to do that, so definitely pay attention to this column. So your renewal offer packet is set to auto-generate just like your move-in packet. It's looking for a certain trigger action to happen to display that packet in your packet leasing summary snapshot. That trigger action is your actual renewal offer. So as soon as the renewal offer has been created, either individually using your Residence at a Glance page or in bulk using your Bulk Administration tab, doesn't matter which way you currently do it, once that renewal offer has been saved, that will trigger your renewal packet to be presented to your on-site staff here in the Packet Leasing Summary Snapshot. So let's walk through that real quick. We're going to go down and we're going to pick on a resident. We're going to pick on, let's see, Mary. We're going to pick on Mary. We're going to say it's time for Mary to have her renewal offer sent to her. And we're going to do it individually. Again, if you do it in bulk, that's totally fine too. But we're going to do this one individually through her At a Glance page. And we're going to go through Renewals, Generate Renewal Offers. Now we can see up here the days valid, and this is saying 214. This will be different depending on the company that you guys are working within. I have seen 30 days, I've seen 60 days, I've seen 90 days, I've seen 7 days. So it depends on your site's setup as far as renewals go. Now, this is where your day counter is going to pull from when we save this renewal offer. And this is how many days we have to complete the entire renewal process, renewing them completely in one site. Only once we've done that will this day counter stop counting against us. So very important. If you're a lucky person that does have 30, 60, 90 days, that's a pretty healthy number. You should be able to do everything that you need to do within that time frame. If you're one that has about 7 days or so, I would probably talk with your property manager or your regional manager and see if that is enough time for you to have them accept an offer, have them sign the packet, you sign the packet, and renew them to ensure that that's proper timing for you guys and if a setting needs to be adjusted on your side. Down here, we can see she has a 12-month offer that we've created. And anything that's going to happen at time of renewal, in addition to her renewal rent, will need to happen here in additional billing. Only here in additional billing, tied to the actual offer, will whatever these charges are pull into your renewal packet. So if she's getting a renewal concession, if she's getting a pet at renewal, if she's adding a parking spot, removing any of those items, any rental increases to what she currently has, needs to happen here in the additional billing in the renewal offer. Once you've created the offer and you're done, you'll hit save, save an email, or print, either way. I'm going to hit save in this example. And that's going to trigger her renewal packet to be created and waiting for you on the Today page. So when I go to the Packet Leasing Summary Snapshot, under Lease Renewal, Pending, I can see Mary's name listed here. All the same informational pieces do not change. The only thing that is different is which day counter we're paying attention to. In this case, it stays until offer expires. So Mary contacts us and she says, you know what, that 12-month works just fine for me. Go ahead and give me my paperwork. Awesome. We're going to attack it just like we would any packet by first starting at the resident or applicants at a glance page. Here's the second key difference. For a move-in, we generated or accessed a move-in packet through the move-in wizard. For a current resident, you're not going to have that move-in wizard. So the only area that you can successfully generate a renewal packet each and every time is at the Residents at a Glance page through your renewals wizard under Renew Go Month to Month. This is the most common question or issue that we get from clients once they've gone live. We'll get emails saying, hey, I generated a renewal packet, but it had current dates and current rent amounts. Something's wrong. And we're going to tell you it's because you did not generate your packet through the renewals Renew Go Month to Month area. That is the only way to tie it to the selected renewal offer and the selected renewal dates and amounts. So we're going to go there through the Renew Go Month to Month, and we're going to see all the chosen offers that she has available to her. If she selected this offer online, you would be notified that the resident has selected this online and it will not be editable, but you will see her selection. If she has not selected online, you will be able to edit as needed. So once we've selected the term and we're in our Renew Go Month to Month window, which we are, we can see our packet waiting for us down at the very bottom of the page. So we're going to open that packet. And at this point, it's identical to what we've seen. We can tell we have red X's. Those red X's correlate to what our required documents say on our Today page on our Required Documents tab. We can see what these red X's are. So I have some that are placeholders and some that are forms. And I know what I need to do now. So I'm going to generate my forms, answer any user defines, and looking for the long message for each and every form generated. Once that long message has been received, I'm going to still do print view to ensure my offer is still good. It pulled in the future dates. It pulled in all the future amounts that were needed. And once I've verified, I'm ready to collect signatures. So in this example, I'm going to say Mary's old-fashioned. She hates computers, doesn't even own one. She wants to sign pen and paper. No problem, we can accommodate that. So what we do is we would actually proceed with printing the actual packet. We would have Mary come down and she would sign pen and paper, and then we would place our counter signature pen and paper. Only once everybody has actually signed the pen and paper copy would we access our packets and click Sign Documents and choose OFSA, which again stands for On File Signature Authorization. When I hit Sign, it's going to ask, are you sure you have already collected signatures on all the required documents? And if so, you'll click Sign. And it's going to say, are you really sure, though, that you've collected all those signatures? And if so, you're going to click Yes. Now with OFSA, because the signatures were already previously collected prior to placing the seal on your documents or going through the OFSA process, it's going to go ahead and sign in bulk for resident and management in one, immediately giving you your green check boxes if you are the eDoc signer for your community. The reason why it does this is that the OFSA is not a true signature. It's a seal. It's basically saying that signatures were collected and there's no need for electronic signatures. So when I click OK, because I am an eDoc signer, I can see OFSA seal has been applied for and I have a green checkbox. Now, if I am not an eDoc signer, it would still allow me to place the OFSA seal, but it would be considered a partial seal. You would know because it would say OFSA seal and it would still have a red X. If you ever see a red X out beside anything that says OFSA seal, Under Notes, that is your indication whoever placed it was not an eDoc signer, and either they would need to reach out to their super user for that right, or they would need to allow their eDoc signer to click Sign Documents and finish the seal. So the rest of these are just like what we did before. Now, in this example, these were signed via pen and paper. And because this is not a full signature, I don't have any record of seeing that signature unless I create a paper file folder. We don't want to do that. So every single packet that we create always has what we call a PDF Leases Placeholder. It's never set to required because we never know when someone is going to choose to sign pen and paper over DocuSign. But it's there for you for anything that was signed in this packet, pen and paper, so you have an electronic storage space to store it, so you do not have to create that paper file folder. So you would scan that whole copy in as one document, hit More, Attach Document, make sure to click the Finalize button, and upload that signed pen and paper lease. That way, whenever anybody in your corporate office does a file audit check, they can come to Mary, open up her renewal packet, see that she signed pen and paper, and actually view that pen and paper signature because you stored it in the PDF Leases Placeholder. Now we can see we have no red X's left inside this packet, which means we're in completed packet status. But that day counter, guys, is still counting against us, even in completed packet status. It will only stop once we renewed her in one site. Completing your packet does not complete your renewals. It will never complete your renewals. You still have to go through your actual renewals wizard and complete that manually. So we can see down below our documents now have a green checkbox, and our Next button has become enabled. So we can take care of anything in the center that is required now at this point. And hit Next. That will take us to our scheduled billing, which is a good way to overview what we're about to finalize, though you should have already double-checked your documents before sending them. We're going to go to Summary, which we can print or email for our residents. And when we click Finish, this is going to complete the entire process, which stops that day counter from counting against us, threatening to wipe out everything that we've done, and renew this person, which closes your packet. So we can see if we refresh under Lease Renewal, we're not going to find Mary under Pending. We're not going to find Mary under Completed. We are going to find Mary in our filing cabinet under Closed, which is where we want all of our packets to go. So if I go to the very back of this filing cabinet, there's Mary. She was closed because she was renewed.